Hello, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Anambra Tuesday edition. How are you? We're sure you had a good night's sleep. It's good to have you here. My name is Sijama Uche, and right about now, we'll bring you press review. Do stand by. Okay, this morning I have gentlemen that have joined me to look at what the papers are saying nationwide. They are Sir Mike Opia. Sir Mike Opia is a public affairs analyst. Welcome, Sir Mike.
Thank you very much. Welcome, you.
And I also have Chima Christian. He's also a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Chima.
Good morning, and thanks for having me here.
You're welcome. Okay, as usual, we begin from the beginning, which is from our website. Anambra State government to partner stakeholders in fight against quackery is the first story coming from our website this morning. Anambra State government to partner stakeholders in fight against quackery, okay? Residents of Professor D.M. Nduka Crescent, Oka, embark on construction of access roads. And Mrs. Soludo allows establishment of children and sexual offences court in Anambra. Finally, from here, Anambra State government beckons diaspora community to invest in the state. These and many more are the stories making the rounds in our website, www.absradiotvok.com. Okay, gentlemen, let's start looking at these stories one after another. The first one is on the state government partnering stakeholders in fight against quackery. Sir Opia.
Thank you very much. I think I will start by joining Mrs. Soludo in lauding Anambra State in establishing children and sexual offences courts in Anambra State. You know, this is what has been lacking in our criminal justice, where you laud the children with adults in a correctional center, and they will come out and become more hardened. The essence of correctional center is to correct the ill attitude of the child, and when he comes out, he becomes more useful, more good citizen. And so by Anambra doing this, I think I am joining Mrs. Soludo to saying thank you to Anambra State for this venture.
Okay.
Yes.
And then coming to you, sir, which one would you like to talk for? I mean, Chima Christian, yes.
Yes, we have two stories there of interest. One is that of Anambra State government inviting our people in the diaspora to begin to think home. Think home philosophy was, I think, initiated by former Governor Okwadike and has been championed by successive government in Anambra State. And it's good that we continue to call on our people to think home in terms of investment, in terms of repatriating some funds to the East, because without those investments, the job opportunities our young people are looking for will not be found. So I join the government in lending my voice to that important call for our people who live in the diaspora, and not just in the diaspora, because when you talk about diaspora, you have two nets, people who live outside of Nigeria, and then people from Anambra who live outside of Anambra. They could be in Abuja, they could be in Port Harcourt, they could be in Lagos, but it's important that we invite them to begin to think home in terms of relocating their investment, if not all, but some of their investment down here where it is needed.
Mm-hmm. Especially this period that it does appear that one needs to face home for now to, first of all, understand what's going on in the country. Okay, residents of Professor D.M. Nduka Crescent Oka embark on construction of access road. When I was coming this morning, it was yesterday that I noticed it. I come from Ahokol Estate, the GRA area. I noticed that there are some kind of patches on the roads, even within the estate, and then showing that at least people are coming out to help in patching this pothole. That's an enormous job to do in Anambra State. So wherever you know you can help from, you start coming up. Okay, we are the one that use these roads. Initially, if you pass on that road after, you start having pains in your chest because of the potholes and bumps. And now, at least things are getting better. So we help. It's part of the think home philosophy.
Yes, and I think that should be part of the emergency declared on the roads.
Oh, yes.
The citizens should help in patching those that are in their neighborhood. Okay, we shouldn't leave everything to the government. And that's also will lead me to the role of local government. Okay, in these days you see one of the deepest potholes just in the gate of the local government secretariat, and they're waiting AUCA to come and patch them. All those things doesn't spell well for our well-being and development. So kudos to these neighbors who have taken it upon themselves to assist, at least the palliative ones that you can do, so that the government
That will not
can come
cost you
and take
much.
Yes.
It's okay. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's venture into the newspapers and find out what's going on there. Our first paper this morning is the Daily Sun. And beside the name template of the Daily Sun this morning, we have 2023 in presidential race to win, says Obi. I am in presidential race to win with a rider there, outlines measures to pull Nigeria out of woes. Okay. Other stories, or perhaps the banner headline stories there says, terrorist battle army in Abuja. Still in the battle, that's okay. But on top of that, we'll have Edo confirms cases of monkeypox. Okay, terrorist battle army in Abuja with riders, 3 Guards Brigade soldiers injured. Federal government orders security beef up in federal government colleges. And then everyone, even government, benefits from insecurity, says Abu Sani bandit campaign. Wow. Did you hear that? Everyone, even government, benefits from insecurity, says Abu Sani bandit campaign. We are yet to understand what's going on in this country. Okay, so let's look at other stories. ASU, national blackout as NLC begins mass protests. ASU, national blackout as NLC begins mass protests. The riders there, union says national grid will go down to 0. Wow, we are in trouble here. We are still waiting for federal government, not deterred by salary halts. This one is also coming from ASU. President Carlo orders hell a monsoon. And then beside here I have other stories. Budget cautions federal government against indiscriminate borrowing. Success of Nigeria's 2023 election can't halt coup d'etat. Can halt coup d'etat in Africa. Buhari, success of Nigeria's 2023 election can halt coup d'etat in Africa. Terrorists free 4 Kaduna train abductees with a rider there protesting. Families of victims shut transport ministry in Abuja. Still coming from Daily Sun, no court disqualifies me from senatorial contest. Umahi. Gunmen kidnap Catholic priest in Tambowa village. Benue can condemn killing of pastor in Taraba. Muslim tickets. Lawyer sues APC. Tinubu seeks disqualification of Shetima. And finally from here, placeholder alien to electoral arts, INEC. Okay, we'll take the next paper before we start talking. And the next paper is the National Star. National Star banner headline says, 3 soldiers injured as terrorists ambush men of Guards Brigade in Abuja. It has a rider that says, federal government shuts down FGC Wali over security threats. On top of that banner headline, we'll have other stories. Kidnapping, the Smith soldiers denies being Inval's accomplice. IPOB berates Justice Nyako Malami, hails other judges. Peter Obi backs state police, decries worsening insecurity. And then Edo confirms 8 monkeypox cases. And down here I have PDP under Buhari's watch, 18,000 Nigerians killed between 2020 and 2022, says APC government has irretrievably failed Nigerians. PDP is saying this. Okay, gentlemen, let's start from the first paper that we read, and which is the Daily Sun, Terrorist Battle Army in Abuja. We woke up to that one yesterday when they said that terrorists are busy encroaching on the on the seat of power in Abuja because they have done a lot of havoc before yesterday.
And I know, you see, the way we are going, I don't want this prediction to come true. The way we are going, we will wake up one day and we will hear that the terrorists have overtaken Asorok. And okay, look at what happened at the Kuje Correctional Center. Look at what has just happened just before the Buhari near law school. If you know where the law school is, you know that these people are really coming to the center of Abuja. And they do that freely. And you will be left, even the dumbest person in the society will know that there is the hands of government on what is going on in terrorism. Look at the confession of the Kingpin. They say that both government benefit from the terrorism. And this is part of the reason why the security agencies have lost faith in fighting this terrorism, because their life is just being wasted without the government being serious. Being serious is just being mild, but conniving with the securities with the terrorists to destabilize this country. And that is why I am afraid that the situation will be by 2023 election. So let's citizens begin to think and begin to confront government, like the elections of the trained captives are now demonstrating. And I think I will even call all parents, everybody to join them and block Abuja and let government know that they have failed woefully in their responsibility to protect the lives of citizens, or even conniving in holding citizens hostage. So this is my take, and I'm afraid that we shouldn't go to the extent that the terrorists will take over Nigerian government and they will all be shouting that the terrorists are done. No, I am pissed off on this situation.
Okay.
Terrorism.
Chima, well, for want of time, we may want to look at other stories, like 2023 in presidential race to win. That one is coming from Obi, from his interview yesterday.
Yes, and he has made it clear, and he outlined his vision and goals for the new government. But I'm interested in the budget cautions FG against borrowing indiscriminately, because you see, when I hear experts talk about certain issues, I look at the exact words they use. Because when we were decrying the discriminate borrowing from the federal government, this particular federal government, people were brought to say, oh, look at our debt to GDP ratio, because you see statistics and facts could be made to look like anything. Because if you're measuring the wrong criteria or indices, you could be misled. What we should be looking for is not our debt to GDP ratio. We should be looking at our debt to revenue ratio. Today, Nigeria is spending more than it can earn in terms of servicing debts, and we're still borrowing. So that shows you that in the next 4 or 5 months, or even 1 year, Nigeria could get into fiscal crisis where it cannot meet obligations to its workers, it cannot meet obligations to its international debtors, creditors rather, and then there's a default. And when you match that side by side with terrorists advancing, you begin to have a picture of Nigeria. And one thing I want Nigerians to take note of in this yesterday's attack is that terrorists did not just target any unit of soldiers. They targeted Guards Brigade. And if you know Guards Brigade are the most elite set of soldiers. Because what happens in Nigeria is that when you train policemen, for instance, politicians take the best trained of them and then leave the rest for us on the roads to start harassing us. The same thing with Guards Brigade. They are the best scoring and ranking soldiers that came out of their training. And then their Guards Brigade. Guards Brigade are people who protect the president, who protect the Senate president, the vice president, and all the VIPs in Asorok. So these are the people they attacked. I don't just want to look at it as an one-off event. I see it as a deliberate attempt to send Nigeria government a deliberate message that we can attack the people who are protecting you. So that in itself is terrifying.
It's terrifying. Okay, let's join it with it. ASU national blackout as NLC begins mass protest today.
Exactly. When we say that Nigeria has become a failed state, people say that people are being harsh to this government.
We still have governments in power.
We still have government in power that is not playing the role of government. How can, in 21st century, that Nigeria will have a zero record of power? It means zero. Is it a sign that there's government in power? Now look at the ASU strike. For how many months now? Government has not been able to provide solution to it. I think it was Chima that was talking on NTA that said that the basic problem of this ASU government issue is that Nigeria has not discovered education financing. That's the basic problem. And they will continue this on and off, on and off. This time around, government is even careless. They say Nigerian can go to hell. That's the problem. Now, ASU is joining strike. There will be a mass demonstration, a mass citizens movement that will shake and rattle this government.
Are you seeing this ASU demonstration as
yes, that's
as
what
one?
we are going to. That's what is a total, when NLC moves, all the trade unions moves with them. And that is shutting down of all the system in the country. Bank will shut up.
So what do you expect that is going to be the outcome?
The outcome is that the government will be rattled to the extent that they will take decisions they have failed to take. Because what we see in the present federal government is deceit and unseriousness in addressing issues. So they will be pushed to be serious and sincere in this matter.
Do you see them complying?
The consequences, well, about ASU, I've made my position clear on that, and then NLC joining them to apply more pressure on the federal government is understandable. But when our national grid collapses to zero, for instance, track back a few weeks ago when we had a situation where babies in incubators died in hospitals in Port Harcourt, right? So Nigeria has grown to the extent of heavily reliant on electricity. If you're now not generating electricity and not distributing electricity, and diesel is inaccessible, inaffordable, and where you even have the money you can't buy, you could begin to picture what could happen to Nigeria. Talk about healthcare system heavily reliant on electricity, talk about agriculture, talk about a lot of things that are production and all of those things. So it's difficult to
I don't
look at
really
Nigeria.
understand. Is there any deliberate attempt by some people or somebody somewhere to make sure that this nation is brought to its knees?
That's what I keep arguing to Nigerians, because in 2015 and in 2019, thankfully, some Nigerians are waking up to their responsibility, because people tell you, oh, government doesn't concern me, I'm focused on my business, I'm focused on my private life. See, there's only so little you can accomplish in terms of individual accomplishments. Because if the nation collapses, what can you do on your own? You say, okay, I pump my own water, I have my security guard, I train my kids in private education, I buy my own food, I buy my own electricity. But once government defaults, you will see that even your ability to withdraw your own money from the bank, it's at risk. And Nigerians don't understand this.
And the basic issue, my sister, is that when government has lost control on the essence of governance, those behind them do whatever they like. And corruption has eaten deep into the fabric of Nigerian system. That is the basic cause of what is happening in power in Nigeria. That's just the basic cause.
Okay, let's move on, gentlemen. We keep talking. There's no way we can finish talking about what's going on here, except there's an intervention from somewhere. Okay, the Punch newspaper is our next paper this morning. And it's almost the same story all over. Let's see who has joined us. Hello, good morning. Hey, bring it down. Bring it down.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, bring the volume on your TV set down first. Have you done that?
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, my name is Femi.
Femi, you are calling from where?
I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay, you may need to turn down the volume on your TV set so that you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, I greet the presenter and the guest. Good morning, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to lend my own voice. Terrorists battle army in Abuja. You see, few days ago, there was a threat of kidnapping the president and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Nigeria. And many people were laughing. You see, that threat was a threat against the totality of Nigeria. Now, the attack that took place yesterday suggests, you see, few months ago or last year, we were speaking on what happened in Afghanistan, and people thought that we were joking. These people, with the type of collapse, the metal is the not working. Schools are no longer in session. The economy is no longer working. Nigeria has become a debtor nation. See, let me tell you, these things that are happening in Nigeria gives concern. If these people could attack correctional center in Abuja, attack the convoy of the president, and yesterday they attacked the army in Abuja, it means that Nigeria is at war. The army should wake up. The police should wake up. The DSS should wake up. The Air Force should wake up. You see, they were giving reasons why they could not bomb the location of these people. You see, it seems that if some people are sabotaging the country, we should shine our eyes. When people are clamoring for state police, many people are against it. There should be state police in Nigeria, in all the states. Let us guide ourselves.
Okay.
Let us fight for ourselves. If the government is no longer, one of the responsibility of the government is to protect the entire citizenry and their property.
Okay,
and
Femi.
Today,
Okay,
you
Femi.
are afraid to walk along the road.
Okay.
You are not safe to walk, to travel to the nearby state. What do you think that signifies? It signifies that something terrible is coming to Nigeria if God does not intervene for us.
All
That
right.
is my contribution.
Thank
Let
you.
us
Thank you,
join
Femi. Thank
ASUU
you.
and the NLC to go on this protest they
All
are
right.
proposing. That's
All
my
right.
contribution. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Femi. Thank you very much. Okay, before Femi came in, we were looking at the Punch newspaper. Let's see, like I said, it does appear that the papers are talking about the same thing all over. NLC, ASUU strike, NLC solidarity rally holds today. Police warn hoodlums. Who are the hoodlums? Okay, police, let's look at the riders. Police, NSCDC, personnel to be deployed in critical infrastructure. And then Lagos Union directs electricity, aviation workers to join rallies. No going back on protests. Mega rally holds in Abuja Wednesday, NLC. Okay, I don't know. Here we have the same story. Terrorists free 3 Kaduna train passengers, and then protest continues. The next paper, okay. Hello? Hello? Okay, nobody. The next paper is the Nation's newspaper. Panic in Abuja over attack on soldiers by terrorists. God help us. And then 3 presidential guards wounded. FCT directs schools to close tomorrow. No cause for alarm, said police. No cause for alarm. Varsity strike, a 3-day industrial action begins after nationwide protest, says Labour. We are in for a bigger trouble. Okay, somebody's here. Yeah, hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, I am Chigozie, calling from Jos Plateau State.
Okay, Chigozie, you're welcome.
I want to make contribution on the newspaper review.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. You are taking time. Go ahead. Turn down the volume on your TV set so that you hear me directly.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I want to make a contribution on the issue of insecurity in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Is all right? Before you know it, what you hear is that the terrorists are taking over the government of Nigeria, just like what happened in Afghanistan. So my advice is that the president should resign. Look at what the kidnap kingpin is saying, that the government is benefiting from the insecurity, the attacks that are going on. And nobody is doing anything. Look at the attack on the gas brigade. Look at the attack in the Christian Center. So all these things is just like that. So and there's no arrest, no attempt, nothing. Nothing is doing. So my advice is that the president should resign. That is my advice.
Okay.
He should resign.
Okay, sir.
Because this government has failed this country. He should resign. And let's see what we do.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will advise we take charge of temper, because of what is going on is very annoying, but you should mind your heart's condition wherever you are, whether you are talking or you are not talking. This thing is hurting everybody, okay? All right, so gentlemen.
Yes, like what you say, is a reflection of what is on the internet.
I know.
It's a reflection, and when people come up to talk like this, they don't even know when they flare up. Okay, but there is another angle to the issue of NLC rally that was pointed out by Punch. He says police wants hoodlums. Because what happens in a situation like this, that NLC will come up in a peaceful rally, solidarity rally, but somewhere, somehow, some hoodlums will be sponsored to go and disrupt.
Sponsored by who?
By government.
Okay, let's see who has joined us. Yeah, hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name is what?
Chief Judge.
Okay, Chief Judge. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm talking on security matter. So now, there's also now, we want to know security. The president and the top, or just Ghana, or just Kenya, or just United States, or come back, you look now, you here. Come on, last word. Because no common man can even Nigeria. One day, what is it? I'm going to
Dalo, thank you, sir. That the Kingpin said, Chima, the Kingpin said that even the government are benefiting from this. How do you drive that?
Well, we've had similar complaints or allegations in the past where we've heard, for instance, where security helicopters were dropping ammunition and arms for terrorists. So there seem to be connivance, or that there are some bad eggs both in the military and in the government who, because Abacha says that any insurrection that's passed for more than some hours, there's a hand of government in it. So again, I understand that we're on live television and there are certain things to which we can speculate, but look, Nigeria's situation is so dire, and then people are beginning to lose confidence even in the government to say, how are we sure that the government is not a party to what is happening? But let's leave it at that.
There's fire on the mountain and nobody seems to be running.
Nobody seems to be running. Nobody cares. Okay, look at what the caller said. There is a national disgrace, let me put it that way. And the government, the president doesn't even make any statement. He just send the next plane and jet it out, and nothing happens. Okay, look at what happened in Mina. When our young men were gathered and delivered to the terrorists, and they massacred them. Army did not raise even an eyebrow. And you think that this thing is just happening coincidentally. It is not. So when you say that government is benefiting what is happening, government is helping in eliminating those who think they will be their turn in the hidden agenda that is coming up.
1 minute, sir. Yeah, hello. Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Welcome.
I'm Matthew. I'm calling from Enugu.
You are who? Matthew?
Martin, I'm calling
Martin from Enugu. Okay, welcome, Martin.
Please, I want to talk about the attack on Abuja.
Go on, sir.
The attack the regime, and then the military have nothing to do. The government have nothing to do except to close down the school. Which means that tomorrow if they go and attack, if they go very close to the market, the federal government will shut down the market. Next tomorrow, they go to Asoro and attack very close to Asoro, not even inside Asoro. They will shut down Asoro. These people, if they are not ready for us to have an election in 2023, they should let us know. I don't see the reason why they should be playing like they are using us for a right. Please, the terrorists is not they are not above our military. And our military can calm them down and stop them. But it's because they are playing with them, that is why they are fools. We are not fools, we are wise.
Okay.
And then this is Larry that the NSC wants to do. They should come to their death, make sure that nobody joins and nobody leaves. Otherwise, another terrible story will arise from that right. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay, thank you, Martin. Thank you very much. 2023 election, Martin, that this attacks, it's geared towards not allowing the election to happen. Do you buy that?
Well, Nigerians are at liberty to, and then there is genuine concern from Nigerians, not just Martin, but a lot of Nigerians, including myself, about the elections. And then you hear the presidency saying that the success of 2023 elections will forestall coup d'etat in Africa. So why has the highest seat of power in Nigeria be openly discussing coup d'etat? Nigeria has had unbroken democracy since 1999. Why is it now in your turn that you are even mentioning it, acknowledging it, and talking about it? And I hear that the president will deliver in a security summit somewhere in Tunisia or something. I'm curious to know what he will go to tell them. Is it how to secure their nations or how to make their nations porous?
Okay, let's roll the papers and then maybe roll all the papers, though they're saying the same thing, but let's see if we can get something different. Tribune is our next paper this morning. Tribune, terrorists cause panic in Abuja, injure 3 Guards Brigade soldiers, federal government shut schools. Okay, and then the Guardian newspaper, terrorists ambush Guards Brigade in Abuja, forces closure of schools. And then Daily Trust also say captain, 2 soldiers killed after terrorist threat on Abuja Law School. And this day, autumn, whatever happened in PDP primary is past. Atiku, now my candidate. I am behind him. Okay, federal government. Okay, maybe we need to look at this one. Okay, Daily Independent is the last paper. More insurers to go under as regulatory hammer dangles. More insurers to go under as regulatory hammer dangles. Federal government orders closure of Unity colleges over threat by bandits. Is it all the Unity colleges or just the one in Abuja? Okay, let's look at the statement coming from Autumn on this day. Talk a bit of politics and get away from security for a while. Okay, whatever happened at PDP primary is past. Atiku, now my candidate. I'm behind him. Okay, but before we talk, let's look at the rider stay. It says opposition party as strong institution will always settle its issues. Anxiety within NWC, Governors Forum, BOT, over Wike's comment. Ex-Vice President reading out to all association in APC. Okay, a bit of politics. Let me start with you.
Well, thank you very much. You know, really, we are in the season of politics and politicking, and only that we will have so we're not more concerned about politics because we have security force before we talk about politics. But having said that, let's look at Autumn's statement. These are politicians, okay? And today they will embrace you and have photograph with you. The next day they are with the other opponent and they speak from the both sides of their mouth. But he's talking as a party man, okay? He is a member of PDP and that is his party. And being a leader in that party, he has to identify with the party, at least from his public utterances and the rest of them. So that is expected. Politics is a game of conflict resolution. And I hope PDP will resolve their conflicts that emanated from running mate issues and the rest of them.
And just a few days ago when P2B visited him, he was asking for the resignation of the two other political presidential aspirants, and if possible, that they should step down for Peter. That's if that statement is true. And then let Peter continue with the ambition.
Well,
and now he's saying a different thing, that he's backing Atiku.
Well, politicians always see themselves first before they see every other thing. It is surprising that in a state where you've had several banditry attacks, where you have had several terrorist attacks, where entire villages have been razed, that Othom is speaking from both sides of his mouth. Again, if he makes any statement to you, to any television station, he's talking about himself. Perhaps he wants a conversation between him and Atiku, and that conversation has been heard. But that's not because all these stories we are discussing have been sadly very depressing. There is only one story within the past 48 hours that has brought hopes to Nigerians, and that is that of Ambisan. It's unfortunate that the day we are supposed to be celebrating this world leader, that terrorists are beginning to take over the airwaves, because when I heard that lady sing that national anthem, when I saw the video, I recall, because shortly after the massacre at Lekki, I swore never to sing the national anthem again, because I was badly pissed that people were waving Nigeria flag, that people were singing the national anthem, and soldiers had the temerity to shoot at them. So I said, if this means nothing to them, then it should mean nothing to me. But when I heard Ambisan singing and crying over the national anthem, it brought a moment of peace and healing to my life, and I did for a lot of Nigerians, and it should be that we should celebrate this tenacious Nigeria, and it shows what the Nigerian spirit is, what Nigerians can become if the right environment is in place. It's just that this government is dragging Nigerians back, but I believe that Nigeria's morning will come when Nigerians will begin to shine forth in both international competitions, in business, in academia, as they've always done, and bring back sanity to this land so that Nigeria will be drawn back from the precipice. And that's what's one of the opportunities that 2023 presents Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much, Christian Chima. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. And incidentally, this is where we are dropping the curtain for this morning's speech. Also, thank you very much, Sir Mike Opia, a public affairs analyst. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I will join Chima by saying congratulations to this young lady.
Oh, yes.
I was almost weeping when he was crying and singing.
And a lot of us are interpreting those tears,
yes,
okay, that dropped from her eyes. It was very touchy.
Hope it will heal Nigeria.
Okay. Are we joining at Aroma?
Yes.
Now for the NLC?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And everybody should, as a matter of fact, peacefully.
Okay.
Hoping that they won't rent hoodlums to come and disrupt it.
No, you guys should be, watching out for that, since you know that they are sponsored. Yes,
trade.
Okay, so you guys should have put everything in motion to make sure that that doesn't happen. Thank you very much, gentlemen. My name is Sijoma, and you do stand by for other programs that we have selected for your viewing pleasure this morning. Thank you.